What's going on, everybody? Like I said, not to kind of the things I normally would do. Kind of get my experiences and whatnot and that type of jazz. But I think in this case in particular, decided to, thought I just kind of give you guys my thoughts, not just my thoughts, but my total experience with Battleground Championship Wrestling this past Saturday night. Which, I'll be honest, was totally fun. For pretty much since I been there. So even help for the meet was around like 4, and a lot of the talent super cool. I mean, nothing you can't really ask for a smaller indie show. But shout out to Timothy Embler, who put on a really booked an amazing show this past Saturday night in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena. Or for those who did watch it on Triller TV Plus. There's a lot of things, a lot of stuff that I would kind of go over. And what I liked, I mean, it's not really much, no bad stuff that I would say. First and foremost, the pre-show with Facade. I can't think of, I think it's Myron Hill or something. I think that's something like that. But the pre-show started with Facade. For those who kind of not familiar of who he is, definitely would check him out. Facade, for the most part, dude just came as advertised. I mean, just put on a really good match, especially for I think around like actually it wasn't not too bad though I'd say not for the most part, but the show itself, the experience too, for those who have never been to the 2300 Arena, for the most part is an experience in itself. Had some great conversations with some of the talent that was there. Crowbar, guys like Crowbar had a conversation with Masada. And B-Boy was fucking cool. Shane Mercer is a cool dude. But for the most part, though, it's like for those who do follow my personal IG page, like I said, I posted a lot of the what I've gotten on Saturday night. Definitely going back again in July for Fan Appreciation Night for sure, because after what I saw for Original Sin was fantastic. I mean, with Casey Navarro and Samurai Del Sol, formerly known as Kalisto, kind of really opened up the show. They actually really tore the house. Funny enough, tore the house down. Both were great competitors. I mean, Casey Navarro, for those who have not really seen him a lot with TNA and obviously being part of First Class with AJ Francis, and Kalisto still has it as usual. I mean, it's pretty much battle of the similar styles. But I think for me, originally we were supposed to have Kiera Hogan on the show, but however, got her replacement in Sammy Chaos. Shout out to her, also total sweetheart, along with Danny Moe. That's, to me, that's one of my co-matches of the night, in my honest opinion. I mean, the other one, you had the BCW Street Fight Championship match between Colby Carino and Drake Younger. I know a lot of people had mixed feelings with Drake Younger, obviously, in the past, but now we kind of got to get to know and talk to him. Like, he's a lot different. He's changed than what he was in the past. B-Boy Rux was great. Still kind of funny that Ruckus does come up with a joint, like he normally does. You had Crowbar and the Bulldozer Matt Tremont locking up at a one-on-one. Speaking of Crowbar, kind of got to talk to him a little bit for, I'd say, good 5-10 minutes at the most. But the dude was great. To really kind of get to talk to. With Nick Gage getting inducted into the 2300 Arena Hardcore Hall of Fame, obviously well deserved for the guy that, let's roll, is a guy to this shit, as he calls it. But Nick Gage put on a really good one with Phil Insane. Like I said, there's a lot of up and comer stars that, especially on this show, if you have not seen the type of, this is not kind of, to me, I like the kind of the hardcore style, and that's kind of what we've gotten. Masada and Jinder Mahal, I mean, still kind of funny, but, Jinder being the bitch that he is, ran away from Masada after he pulled out the bamboo skewers, which for those who do follow Masada on IG or any of the social media platforms, he made it clear like he had his Jinder's name on those skewers. Schlack and Shane Mercer kind of expected a little bit of the extreme side, which we did see. Well, Shaq be more wearing the crimson mask type of thing. But like I said, but looking at the show as a whole, I thought Timothy Embler, who's the owner of Battleground Championship Wrestling, thought she did put on a really good show, really great show at that. And it's well worth it too for those if you don't guys. And it's really worth it to go. Like I said, going back in July for Fan Appreciation Night. That's gonna be fun. Fun all as hell. Like I said, got myself some tiresome stuff, like there we go. Let me put my phone over here really quick. But obviously got some stuff as well. Got stuff from B-Boy. Obviously this is kind of the new one he's got going on. Because it's kind of cool. Masada, like I said, cool dude, kind of cool dude to kind of talk to. I mean, and dude's just chill. Is a chill dude. Once kind of get to know him. Well, I would say Drake Younger for me. Him and Colby Carrillo really, I thought, killed it in terms of for the Street Fight Championship. Matt Tremont still love the dude. Kind of. Like I said, there's not really much negative to say on the show itself. Like I said, all the talent I thought they did a pretty great job. Especially on that night. With you had the meet and greet around 4. Usually, I think the pre-show match. I think to say, right, it didn't start around like 7:30, 7:45 ish. Obviously, give or take, and then you had the main show just a little bit after 8:00. Didn't really get done until a little bit almost quarter of midnight. So thought the show itself was phenomenal. Shout out to all the talent that was there. Joel Gerner still entertaining as usual, like he still has been for years. Because we did get a chance to see a performance review segment. Obviously with Nick Gage getting inducted to the Hardcore Hall of Fame with a lot of some of the other time greats of that arena with the late Sabu, the late Terry Funk. RVD, the Team 3D / the Dudley Boys. We had Trent Acid, God rest his soul, is already up in the rafters. Same with there's just a lot of others. Like I said, if anybody has not been to the 2300 Arena for like any wrestling event, I mean, I definitely would recommend it. Because it is an experience to kind of take it in a sense. Because to be honest, I really enjoyed what I saw. I mean, got a chance to have some conversations with guys like Crowbar. We cut some of the couple of kind of got to step down on my comfort zone. Like I said, I did get a lot of videos and photos for those who do follow my personal at Pros22 on Instagram. So guys, definitely hit that up as well. I do have a lot of photos there. Danny Mo was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Same with Sammy Chaos. Kind of got to finally get the chance to meet. Well, first time meeting her, like some kind of was. She was pretty cool. I mean, Joe Gertner was pretty cool. Is cool too. Masada was chill. And same with Matt Tremonti. I mean, like I said, all the talent that were there. Dude, and Crowbar was just Crowbar. In terms of what, I'll be honest. This is the first. I'd say. Second time I've seen Crowbar wrestle? Because, I mean, in terms of first, I've seen him live, but the first time I've ever seen him wrestle was back, and it's kind of fun enough, mentioned WCW in the 1999, so that's kind of where I slightly remember him a little bit, and stuff like that. I mean, and wherever else he's been, like especially TNA, Ring of Honor, that sort of thing. But really looking at it as a whole, that, Facade, Crowbar, Casey Navarro, Khalid Samurai Del Sol, a lot of the talent that was there was pretty cool, and kind of seeing, just kind of taking in the atmosphere, and for an arena that kind of holds, I think like maybe hundreds of people. I can't really exactly how it holds, but the way that the crowd was was sounding. definitely one of the let me see. Okay, so it holds up to 1,300. Okay, so it does feel like it held pretty well. I mean, it held. I think it felt like it held more, just more than that, or the way how it sounded, it felt like it was more than 1,300 at the 2,300 arena. This past Saturday night. Like I said, we'll try to at least get some sort of more, not just like an IG live, but you know, try to go. I'm like I said, going back in not January, Jesus Christ, July. But overall, I think it was like a 10 out of 10 experience for me, especially coming out of my comfort zone. For those who have seen that, yeah, I mean, outside of the green screen, I am kind of in my bedroom, in terms of my bedroom slash studio, that type of thing. But kind of getting to know like some of the talent that was there, you know, getting there early for the meet and greet. I will be honest, traffic was a bitch getting on the way there. Um, so little tip for those who are going in July, take the Walt Whitman side of things, because the back end of the Ben Franklin Bridge, it was, well, let's just say it was just a bit crowded for the most part. But looking at it as a whole from Battleground, thought they really did was fantastic. It was all hell. Well, really look at the rest, because obviously with BCW Hot Summer Nights, definitely going to try to at least. Hopefully, I'm trying to get some ringside tickets. This coming around. It's been hell. Saturday night was a whole lot of fun. For those who, or some of the talent who do follow me on Twitter, if you guys are watching this, y'all did a fantastic job, especially last night. Because let's be real, like for the first time in over 10 plus years that haven't really been to a wrestling event. I mean, I just really enjoyed it for what it, going to because right across from me, right, literally, and it's kind of funny too. The arena itself was pretty nice when you're looking from the outside and also the inside. Very arena that's been around for over 30 years. People were cool. Got to talk to a lot of people that was there. And at the same time, kind of talk to another group of people that run a wrestling podcast. So shout out to the Brothers of Discussion podcast. If you guys have not checked them out, definitely hit them up. Definitely subscribe to their YouTube channel. Definitely help their community grow. But looking at how last night was, how it was going on, was great. Like I said, there's not much I can say that really shows, how much I really enjoyed the show itself. But BCW's Hot Summer Nights, I'm excited to go to that. Because apparently I think from what because Timothy Ember did talk about it during one of the segments, that said that Mr. Kennedy, or AKA Mr. Anderson, is coming to town. Which, for those who are not familiar with his name, I definitely will get out from under a rock and actually check him out. But that being said, but Mr. Kennedy's coming to town. I mean, kind of interesting what the card's going to be looking like come July. But it's, like I said, I'm going to try to live stream it, but like I said, there's going to be no promises because of copyrighted music and shit like that. So that's going to be a little bit hard thing to do. But if for those who do follow me on Instagram, on the Sports Wrestle YT IG page, I'll definitely would be I'll gladly will do do an IG live, kind of do like a vlog type of thing. But it's like where, yeah, kind of got to give you guys kind of a different experience, that kind of sort of thing. But looks like I'm going to go in a couple of minutes, thought I would like spend like 10, at least 10, 20 minutes kind of talking about it. Well, like I said, all the people that I talked to, I met, got some stuff signed and stuff like that. Was probably the best night I've ever had in terms of being a wrestling fan for years. I mean, I will say, I think this is probably one of the better events I've been since last time I've ever went to a wrestling, that was WWE back in 2015, where it was the go home show of the Monday Night Raw to the Royal Rumble. Honestly, I think this event, in terms of what I've seen and what have I experienced, is probably a lot, to me, is better than what WWE put on at the time in 2015. Except for that go home show for Raw. Look, I enjoyed Monday Night Raw in 2015, that go home show, but nothing compares to what I saw Saturday night for Battleground Championship Wrestling and for their show called Original Sin. But for those who have not seen it, and for those who do have Trilogy Plus, I definitely will go back and watch it. If you guys do like smaller indie wrestling, I definitely I highly recommend it. Or for those who are in the Philadelphia area or looking to go, do not hesitate. Because taking for me, I love it. I loved it. But that being said, I mean, shout out to all the talent. Like I said, I'm not going to be here for too long because it's hard for me enough to say. Because like I said, there was a lot that I took taking in. Got to meet some of the talent up close, with Masada, B-Boy, Sammy Chaos, Danny Moe. Talked to Crowbar for about a good 5 minutes. But yeah, but that being said, appreciate you guys coming around. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing like say 10, 20 minutes of this. But that all being said, appreciate you guys coming in, and I will be out.